one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance.
Good evening. I want to take just a moment to welcome everybody to our Class of 2023 Nursing Pinning Ceremony. I'm Dr. Michelle Cash. I'm the Nursing Program Director here at Roane State. And we just want to thank you all. You all know what these people have been through. So welcome, and this is just our night to celebrate our graduates and our almost nurses. So thank you for being here. I want to take this time to introduce Dr. Chris Whaley. He is the president of Roane State, and he has a few words for our graduates.
Thank you very much, and good evening. Does this not look like a good choir up here? We are so proud of them, and we want to welcome you this evening. What a special night. I look forward to this ceremony every single year again, and every year we have dedicated students. This group is so dedicated, I'm told, that they have decided on their own voluntarily to retake med-surg. No? Oh, I misunderstood. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get confused. But everywhere I go, I get a chance to talk to healthcare practitioners and corporate leaders, etc., and they always are so glad and ready to get Roane State graduates. Number one, they are so prepared substantively. These folks know exactly what they're doing, and I'll tell you why they do, because we have the very best faculty and staff leading our nursing students anywhere. Let's give a round of applause, students, to these folks. So not only substantively do they know what they're doing, but they have the compassion and the heart that it takes to be a great care provider. And I see that when I go out and visit doctors' offices and hospitals. You see it, whether you know it or not. You have been treated by Roane State nurses and well treated, I'm sure. And sometimes they even help us protect ourselves from things that we don't know that we don't need to be doing. I'm always reminded of this is a true story of a friend of mine who'd been sick for a long time and was talking to his nurse, and he said, I just can't get rid of the nausea. And she said, well, they prescribed Phenagrin for you. And he said, I know. He said, and I've taken that awful stuff. He said, every day you bring it to me, and I unwrap the foil off of it, and I try to chew up that waxy big bullet of a pill. You'll get that later. She had to explain to him that's not. Anyway, we won't go there. But we're so proud of you, and I am so thankful to get to be a part tonight of this. And I want to thank you so much for supporting these students, for allowing them to choose Roane State and to be a part of the greatest nursing program you will find anywhere. And the second reason that I'm up here is I get to take the first selfie with you. And so you think I'm kidding, don't you? Hold on just a second. I'd now like to bring to the podium our Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Diane Ward. Would you welcome her to the podium, please?
Congratulations to the class of 2023. What an amazing accomplishment that you have behind you, as Dr. Cash takes care of all the things here. But I know family and friends, I'm smart enough to know you're not here to hear me. You're here to celebrate the accomplishments of these young men and women up here. I do always want to remind the graduates how proud we are of you and how blessed we are that you chose Roane State to further this career. And I also want to remind you of 2 years ago when you walked into the O'Brien Theater, that very first orientation. It seems like yesterday, doesn't it? No, it was a long journey, wasn't it? 2 years ago when you stood in that O'Brien Theater and thought about, hey, I'm going to go through this crazy thing called nursing school, where I'm going to give up my life for 2 years. I'm going to put my family on hold. I'm going to study. I'm going to cry. I'm going to drink coffee. I'm going to take exams But look at you today. I would venture to say fear was something that each of you has had to overcome these last 2 years. Fear of that first test or the last test. Fear the first time you started an IV or the first time you drew blood. But you're to be commended for overcoming that fear, not letting it cripple you. And I would challenge you as you step into those hospitals, don't let fear cripple you. You've been trained well by an amazing group of faculty. You're ready for this. Learn every day, never stop being a lifelong learner. And we're so proud of you and the accomplishment. You are almost, right? One more test, one more little tiny test, the one that gives us the license, right? One more test. But thank you again for choosing Roane State, and congratulations to the nursing class of 2023. I think I'm supposed to bring Miss Vicki Pierce to the podium for the history of the nursing field.
Thank you. Evening. This is history of the nursing pen. The nursing pen is a 1,000-year-old symbol of service to others. The earliest ancestor of the pen dates back to the Maltese cross, adopted by Crusaders and worn on their habits as a symbol of service to Christianity. Over the centuries, variations of the Crusaders' symbol were gradually modified and became family coats of arms, often symbolizing service to a ruler. By the Renaissance, guilds had adopted coats of arms symbolizing masterful service to the community. Such pins were then awarded to nurses who were needed by society during periods of the spread of uncontrolled illnesses during the early period, and to recognize them as nurses who were educated, trained, and experienced. Today, the nursing pin is a type of badge made out of metal, such as gold or silver, that is presented to a nurse when they successfully complete nursing school. Each school has their own unique pin design that symbolizes something about the history of nursing at that school, or one of the values the school holds dear. On the front cover of your program is a drawing of the pen for the RSCC nursing program. This pen may only be worn by graduates of the RSCC nursing program. The pen was designed by members of the nursing class of 1982, the first class to graduate from RSCC nursing program. On the pen, the school name is written in gold. The color blue was selected as a background color for the letters because it's one of the official Roane State Community College colors. The center design signifies helping hands cupping the Florence Nightingale lamp. Abigail Krause will be the next speaker. Introduction of our guest speaker.
Growing up, I got to see both sides of hospitals. I would tag along with this man to check schedules, sit through meetings, and follow up on paperwork. And while I didn't pay attention during meetings, I do know he's an avid rule follower, as when my tonsils were removed, he did not come see me while he was on the clock, but he did visit later. I have memories of roaming halls thinking we were lost in cafeteria lunches, including the day he allowed me to badge us in. I was so excited that I dropped the real badge and almost hit him in the face. Now, years later, it has come full circle, and I let my own badge go too soon. Having been in healthcare for 32 years, he has climbed the ladder from CNA to RN, and is currently a clinical health supervisor at Astria Sunnyside Hospital in Sunnyside, Washington. The care he has provided ranges coast to coast, from hospitals, prisons, to nursing homes, and bedside, to the community. Having participated in fundraisers, AIDS walks, veteran outreach programs, and more, he approaches nursing the same way he approaches life, with care, compassion, acceptance, and using smiles and laughter as medicine. He is a man I am proud to share this moment with. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to my father, Todd Krause.
So, to begin, I want to wish to acknowledge and thank the established leadership and their membership here at the Calvary Baptist Church for allowing us the use of this wonderful building that fits us all in here. I'd also like to welcome and recognize the esteemed administration, nurse educators, and course educators present from the Roane Community College. Welcome to all of the men, women, families, extended families, and friends here to support and offer their support this evening to this class of nursing. And lastly, to our honorees, the graduates, nursing class of 2023, be recognized and pinned tonight in acknowledging their accomplishments. Now, I understand a lot of you just took the psych exam, maybe learned about addictions, maybe some of you chose this profession because you're an adrenaline addict. I got tabs here, I promise it's not a 12-step program. Let me introduce myself and why I may be here to speak to you tonight. I can see on some of your faces that are saying, "Oh Lord, they made us come to church, and now they brought us some modern-day looking Moses to speak to us." Well, I'm not Moses, but I am the father of the young lady that just introduced me, and one of the reasons I stand before you tonight. My thoughts may get scattered. Bear with me. Abby could probably explain, as the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The other reason I'm here before you is to provide some insight into getting to where these students have been as graduate nurses and to look at their futures in the nursing profession. I have 33 years of this profession under my belt. Over the years, I have had many moments where it was like I felt the fire and the heat from a burning bush like Moses, and the gray hair came with it. Now we all know from the burning bush came knowledge in the form of 10 commandments. But your knowledge is now going to be, as new nurses, come in the form of new guidelines, protocols, and policies. So who am I to talk to you of such things? Well, my name is, as she introduced me, I'm Todd Krause. I began my journey in the workforce as a laborer from a truck body building shop. Studied while I was a laborer, became a steel stick welder and an aluminum MIG welder, building tailgates for the truck bodies. Eventually, 40 of us got laid off, and there wasn't any other welding jobs to be had at that point. I had to make a life decision. I turned my attention to the medical field while raising a young family. And as Abby said, I began at the bottom. I became a nursing aide in 1990. After working with patients, I decided I wanted more and became a licensed practical nurse in 1992 That same year, I didn't like being limited to what I could do, so I applied to the Diploma RN program and graduated from there in '96. Eventually, as I was working, I furthered my education, got my bachelor's degree in 2012, and got my master's in business administration, healthcare management in 2014. It's a lot of knowledge, correct? A lot of burning the candle at both ends. Maybe sometimes igniting that occasional bushfire, feeling the heat filling my head with all the knowledge, and surely feeling some of the pressure along the way. Let me tell you a couple little stories. Through those early years, my significant others, or spouses at the time, became firm believers in science and the process of osmosis. They would find me while I was supposed to be studying, fast asleep with a book over my face or on my head. To this very day, they swear that the knowledge from the book had to have absorbed through my thick skull by the way of osmosis, as it was the only explanation of how I passed some of those tests. I also had my clinical moment where I was taken to a solitude place for the one-to-one meeting with an instructor so I could have my momentary breakdown. They questioned me about if I knew what I was doing and if nursing was where I felt I belonged. I questioned back. I put my life on hold to do this while I was still supporting my family. How much more do you want from me? It was the challenge presented to me, a moment for me to grab hold and show growth. Next clinical assignment was in leadership rotation. I went through that whole section, and at the end of it, once again, afterwards they pulled me aside and asked me what happened, telling me that I excelled and I overachieved. And in my head I was like, yes, I did. You gave me knowledge. I felt the fire. The choice I made to enter into the medical field through nursing has been a blessing and afforded me many opportunities within the career path of choices. When I started out, I was in a nursing home doing wound care and enteral feedings as a nurse. I then went in the same nursing home, became the charge nurse on a floor of 60 residents and passing meds to them throughout a shift. When I went back to RN school, I needed to shift my job duties, so I found a private duty nurse job. And then when I graduated from RN, I actually started as a prison nurse. While I did the prison nursing, I elevated as a supervisor, became the nursing director, and for the last year while I was there, I became the contract administrator for the nursing program, medical program at the prison, which was $1 million contract that I was overseeing. I ended up in Colorado and was a float pool nurse. This gave me the opportunity to challenge my skills throughout the hospital. They'd put me in the ER. One of the charge nurses there liked to put me back in the corner where they did put the pediatric patients. I did orthopedics and surgical floor, medical floor, telemetry unit, and they even put me up on Well Mom, Well Baby. From there, I became hospital supervisors. I've worked both in clinical access hospitals and 100-plus bed hospitals. For a short time, I even was a med-surgical nurse director. After going through all these, you kind of learn your niche. I knew I didn't want to be a director. Having a young family, I didn't like the beeper beeping me 24/7. I liked having my shift work. Today I'm in the state of Washington and I'm back doing critical access, supervising in the lower part of Washington in a very rural location, helping the citizens that have little health care, little support. And that's where my heart resides at this moment. I guess the point of what I am trying to say is thank you all for following your calling into nursing, following your instincts by taking up this as your profession. You, like so many before you, have been diligent about your work, your clinicals, your research, and the learned skills on providing care to the patients assigned you, forged by fire and knowledge. The learning never stops as new medications come out, new products come out, new service lines are always coming about. You will be our leaders of the tomorrow to guide us. Take the baton and run with it. Be proud. Become that excellent, resourceful nurse, willing to collaborate and help your team. You have so many opportunities in front of you that you can take in so many directions, so many specialties. You could go public health nursing, clinical nursing, acute care. As I said, family birthing, emergency, trauma care, surgical operating room, wound care nursing, home health nursing, school nursing, informatics, telehealth services, intensive care, cardiac care, neuro, psych, leadership opportunities, and yes, maybe in the future, you'll be our nurse educators. The pathway is open for you to nurture and pursue your course as to how you wish to contribute. You all have shown you have the qualities needed to be a registered nurse. And if I can ask, have you stand as I charge you with those qualities to take forward with you as you proceed as nurses. Can you stand? Compassion for your fellow humans. Acceptance of others at their best and their worst. Respect, empathy, giving of yourself, and navigating grief. Infuse and inject not just meds, but knowledge. Vitals both literally and instinctively, keeping the pulse on your patients and the environment around you. Elevate and engage. Be part of the collaborative team. Now, if I can have the audience stand with them. Lastly, rise up and reward yourself, your families, your support systems, your communities, with your presence, your gratitude, and your knowledge, while being and doing everything I just justified acronymically as a caregiver. These are my words for you this evening. Please give the nursing class of 2023 and yourselves, the supporters, a round of applause.
Well, it's kind of hard to follow that, right? Well, I'm Patricia Jenkins, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Dean of Health Sciences at Roane State Community College. And I work with the faculty and the support staff that have worked with the students. And it's my pleasure now to get to introduce those folks to you. Now, what I would like to do when I introduce them, I want them to stand and I want them to turn around and face you, because you have probably heard their name. And so what I want to do now is provide a face and a little more context to the name, okay? So I'm going to start with Dr. Donna Boxell. Dr. Boxell has taught these ladies and gentlemen in their clinical areas, and her area of expertise is really med-surg. The next person is Dr. Michelle Cash. You've met Dr. Cash. Dr. Cash serves as the program director at Roane State, and her area of expertise is mother-baby. Next, we have Dr. Becky Fields. Dr. Fields' area of clinical expertise is in mental health, and she has also been instrumental in teaching them in the fundamentals lab. We have next Ms. Sophia Floresh. Sophia her area of expertise is in med-surg nursing, and she also teaches in our pharmacology. Dr. Heather Gregg. Dr. Gregg has been teaching in the med-surg courses. She's also done some mental health, and she's done fundamentals. She's done several different courses. We have Ms. Teresa Lucas. Ms. Lucas has an area of expertise in pediatrics, but she also teaches in our adult med-surg, and she also teaches our pharmacology class. Ms. Gabrielle McAteer. Ms. McAteer's expertise is in mother-baby, and it's also in pediatrics. Mr. Blake Morris. Mr. Morris has a diverse background, a lot in med-surg, but he also has a background in hospice nursing. Next, we have Ms. Vicki Pierce. Ms. Pierce's area of expertise is in med-surg nursing. Ms. Rebecca Simmons. Ms. Simmons, her area of expertise is also in med-surg nursing. We have Dr. Charity Stanley. Dr. Stanley also has a diverse background. She has a lot of med-surg experience, and she's also been teaching in our mental health course. And then we have Miss Elizabeth Thomas. Ms. Thomas's area of expertise is in med-surg nursing. And then I also want to introduce to you two people that I'm sure you've also heard about. One is Miss Tammy Robinette. Tammy's over there. Ms. Robinette is the administrative assistant for the Health Science Division, and she is the one that keeps us all organized and everything done when it needs to be done, and helps us all dot our I's and cross our T's. And then we have Dr. Terry Cooper. Dr. Cooper's clinical area of expertise is in mental health, but she has been serving for the past year as our clinical coordinator and has been working to make sure that all these students have been placed in a clinical setting and have gotten the clinical experiences, been available to get those experiences so the faculty that take them to clinical can work with them there. So, thank you.
Hello, everyone. It is my pleasure to present to my now peers our awards. When I call your name, please stand. First, we have the June Bilbrey Award. This award is voted on by the students for the student that they would most want to care for their family or loved one. So, Afton Blair, would you please stand? The second award is the Christine Mills Award for Outstanding Scholastic Achievement in Nursing. The faculty select a student who best exemplifies the values of the nursing profession, as demonstrated by the life and career of Christine Mills, a former faculty member. These values include scholarship, character, and the desire to enhance the lives of others. Tim Whited, will you please stand?
The next merit award is the Nursing Merit Award. The second level faculty select a graduating student who has a GPA above 3.5 and has demonstrated exemplary performance not only in the classroom, clinical aspects of his or her nursing education. This award goes to Matthew West, who could not be with us today, but we would still like to acknowledge him. The next award is the Tennessee Nurses Association Leadership Award. The second level faculty select a second level student who has demonstrated leadership ability, professionalism, and involvement in Tennessee Association of Student Nurses. And this award goes to Ms. Katie Lewis.
It is my pleasure to introduce the recipients of the DAISY Award. And this is a national recognition, and the nursing program implemented the DAISY Award for 2023. The DAISY Foundation was formed in January 2000 by the family of J. Patrick Barnes, who died at the age of 33 of complications of autoimmune disease. Touched by the care and compassion of the nurses that took care of him, his family developed recognition programs to honor and celebrate direct care nurses, nursing faculty, and our nursing students. So DAISY is that acronym for the autoimmune disease. And so this year, we would like to recognize the students. And from the Knoxville campus, we have Juan Curdy, if you'll please stand. From the Oak Ridge campus, we have Marion Baker. And from the Harriman campus, we have Satara Henry. We would also like to recognize the faculty who is the recipient of this year's Daisy Award, and that's Dr. Donna Boxell.
Okay, so now we're getting ready for our favorite part, which is the actual announcing of the students. Tanya Ayers. Marion Baker. Afton Blair. Juanita Blankenship. Kendra Blackton. Molly Bledsoe. Mallory Bowles. Brenda Brown. Melissa Bryant. They can sit down in the next group. Oh, okay. Shay Bird. Rhonda Carroll. Donna Clark. Paige Clevenger. Charity Cody. Heather Crowley. Elizabeth Capoli. Kaylee Currington. Alexandra Daughtry. Debbie Delph. Tyler Galloway. Jacob Gregory. Samara Hell. Rebecca Hammond. Whitney Harvey. Leah Hatfield. Satara Henry. So we're at Meredith. No, I'm sorry. You're at Kayla, because Meredith switched over here. Okay.
Kayla Huff. April Hutzel. Maya Jarnigan. Stevie Johnson. Swan Curdy. Rebecca Laughlin. Katie Lewis. Alyssa Linder. Jessica Mann. Meredith Manning. Rhonda Marlowe. Darby Martin. Christopher McHugh. Karen Mee. Alma Merez. Mackenzie Miller. Sophia Moss. Georgia. Georgia Newbert. Zoe Payne. Alicia Pence. Rebecca Phillips. Carly Powell. Lisa Quingner. Jamie Ragonis. Madison Reynolds. Robin Sharp. Emily Smith. Jessica Smith. Britlin Sowards. Eden Spencer. Reese Stover. Abigail Summers. Gracie Terry. Matt Webb. Raleigh Webster. Tim Whited. Lamisha Wright. Felicia Young.
Next, we'll do the Florence Nightingale Pledge. This is a pledge that all nurses actually do at their pinning. We would invite any nurse in the audience to please stand along with our graduates and our faculty in reciting this pledge. The pledge is located on the back of your program, in case you've forgotten. Are you ready? God's ready? I solemnly pledge myself to the service of humanity and will endeavor to practice my profession with conscience and with dignity. I will maintain, by all the means of my power, the honor and noble tradition of my profession. The total health of my patients will be my first consideration. I will hold in confidence all personal matters coming to my knowledge. I will not permit consideration of religion, nationality, race, or social standing to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
So I have the best part because I know you guys can make some noise. So let's make some noise for the class of 2023. Congratulations, guys. You've made it another step on your journey to be a nurse. Just that one little test now. Okay? No pressure. So, congratulations to you guys. Thank you for hanging out with us for the past couple of years. And you guys have a wonderful evening, and we are done.
Sorry about that. Yay!